Okay, we're going to go through the string, okay? So let's comment out that part. Right, so the other type of variable that you're going to use is string label, okay? And that is a combination, okay? It could be a sentence, it could be a name, all right? So, but that is not included in the IO stream. So we need to include the additional string, right? So let's define string literal. Okay, so we're going to define a string literal. And let's say we define since 120. Okay, is of string type. And as we defined, it's a string type. The important part that it is not covered by IOStream. We need additional string library. So let's define within double quote, okay? And we're gonna define this assigns 120 is fine. Okay. So now if we are going to do a screen output, okay, so we defined string class, and what is that? We define science 120 as a string class. Oh, that is not what we want. We want exactly this one. Okay. Okay, so this science 120, the string literal is going to be called here. Okay. Now, keep in mind that when you define the string class, we must use double quote, okay? And we must include the string here. Okay, we got it here, right? So that's a string class. So let's define another one. Okay, another string class, let's say 2. Okay. So we're learning.
Professor, I have a question when you get a chance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So in the top where we put a hashtag include IO stream and then include string in line 86. Do we? Because all the other code that I've been running and I've had strings in it, I've never put include string. Do we have to do that?
There is another way to declare more allocation for character, which is like not just a single character, but a bunch of characters filled in the form of a list, and that can also cover like this sort of strings. But we're gonna see that later in the list
Yes. Okay.
chapter. Okay.
Yep.
But in chapter 2, we are going to limit ourselves in an easier way.
Yep.
Okay. So week 2 covers data types, uh, character, and string, literals. Okay. So that is my second string, which is relatively lengthy. Okay. And what I'll do, I can do a C out of the second string. Okay. Um, the second string and we will see the second string, and we can also do more things like since it's gonna require more memory, it's gonna require more bytes, so we can also check that. String one, string one, that basically I mean science 120 is size up.
String one.
And two, was that week
Two.
two?
NHL.
Okay, let's see. Um, so what we did, we defined a string, and then we are just checking how many bytes there. So the first one, okay, was 24 bytes. Uh, the second one,
It's 24 as well.
that is also 24 bytes. What is that? Um, okay, let me do another line just to make sure. Okay, it is a bit surprising why they have the same size. Uh, okay, so let me work a little bit with those. See what are the changes is going to be, whether it's a standard allocation or all right. So the string class, the standard allocation for a string is 24 bytes. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's how many uh, I wrote within that quotation. It doesn't matter. It's standard 24 bytes, and you just check it here. Okay. Now, what I'll do, I'll define. You see the string class. They can be simply uh, added together. Okay. So string two of them. That could be simply the string 1 and string 2. And string 2 as this. Okay. All right. And now we'll see that cout together. Two strings together. And this is what? Two of them.
String 1.
Right? So we'll see that they are added together. Okay. Two strings together is this, the first one, and okay, as you see. And now, can somebody tell me that if I check the size of the third one, what is going to be the size?
The size.
Okay,
Count.
cout,
Size of.
size of the new one, two of them. All right, look at carefully. What output am I expecting for this line?
48.
Okay, I'm sending a poll to see whether you are sharply awake with me. Okay. Multiple choice. So the output in bytes for two of them is gonna be 24, that is 48 bytes. It's gonna be a number like 100 bytes, or it's gonna be 24 still. Okay, or it's gonna be 24 times 4. Okay. So respond, whatever you think. If you want me to share the screen, I can share it. It is here. And I didn't compile it finally. And this was the output from the previous. Okay, we got a string 124, string 224, and I combined them. Okay, and now I want to check the size of the combined.
What do you mean? Zero combined.
Okay, so a good number of you are thinking that since it's added string 1 and string 2, so it's going to be 24 plus 24, 48. A few of them figured out that it's going to be still 24 bytes because it is the class string literal class string. Number 4 must be discarded. That is good. Number 2 is also irrelevant. So it's basically between 1 and 3. Okay. So the smaller group is correct actually. All right. So let's compile that and see. Okay. All right, and 4 of you didn't respond.
Give me to respond.
All right, and it is 24 bytes, right?
Why?
And why is that? Because it is the string class, okay? You add it to a string, okay? And still it is the string class, all right? And there is allocation, that is 24 bytes. Okay. Now, now we're going to do an interesting part, okay? So let's say that we learned that it's 24 bytes, all right? And so let's go to, we're going to be on the Pearson text. Oh, we're going to be on the Blackboard. All right. And let's go to Blackboard Home. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bunch of lengthy string. Okay. So that starts with course. Okay, and that ends with campus. Okay. So let's define a new one. String 12.
Trail.
Double quote,
Trail.
big line. Okay. And then I'm gonna see out. Okay, is the 12. So 12 str. Okay. and we'll see. Okay, think about what is going to be the typical terminal return. Okay, okay, let's make sure that semicolon is there. Okay. All right, it didn't work out. All right, and it says that expected semicolon at the end of the declaration. Then 24 hours after register, please see your campus. Okay, it couldn't find the semicolon
You
there.
forgot this thing. So go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Got it. Boy.
Okay, so now it's perfectly fine. It is capable to return a very long string. Okay, and that's already included, starting from course enrollment, and then after the campus. All right, from here, and it's perfectly the output return. All right, and even if we are going to check that, that's going to be 24 bytes. Okay, so that's the essence. So that should be a reasonable summary on the string. And now we're going to pay attention to the next practice. Okay, let's pay attention to quantitative part. Okay, so we're going to do a writing program. Solve quadratic
Pardon?
equation. For example, we're going to solve, let's say, x squared minus, say, 5x
Plus 3.
6, 0. Okay. So we're going to solve this equation, and we know the formula, the algebraic formula
Formula.
for solving is x equals the denominator is 2a, and it is minus b, and then it could be a plus or minus, anything. We need just two solutions because it's quadratic. And then SQRT is a square root, be a square minus 4a times c. Okay, now who can tell me what is a, b, and c for this equation? Can some of you raise voice and tell me?
Okay, Professor.
Yeah,
Formula.
A is 1.
good. Somebody can tell me what is C?
C is 6.
Great. What is B?
5x.
Minus 5.
Yes, B is minus 5. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's write down. Okay, so we're gonna define, should we consider ABC as integer or float or double? What do you think? If we take ABC as integer, that's gonna work. It's smart to take as a float or double because most likely we are gonna deal with SQRT. Okay, so better we choose float or double. So float A equal to 1, right? Make it like this. And then
Flow B.
float B equals -5.
Could we use commas, Professor? Or
Yeah, but you must have to write float because I'm doing assignment here.
okay.
C equal 6. Okay. So A, B, C. 1, -5, and 6. Okay, so now what are we gonna do? We're gonna define the solution. Okay, so let's define the solution. Float x1 is one of the solution with positive sign. Okay, let's put bracket. So it is gonna be minus b, and I'm gonna consider the plus sign. Okay. And SQRT. Okay. SQRT is not covered by IO stream. So most likely we need CMAP.
Yeah.
So it is gonna be B square. So B square you can use P or W or just write B times B. That's fine. A square minus 4 A C. Okay? Divided by 2A. Okay? And now, for 2 it's gonna be same, but only change in sign because we're considering the second solution. Okay? Now we want to see the result.
Oops.
X1 equals X1 X2 equals X2 Okay, now we'll see whether it is going to return us a result. Okay, so it was a positive solution, and that we call x1, negative solution x2. This is the part that basically decides what type of solution you're going to obtain, but the typical one I choose so that you must get a real solution. Okay, now we got x1 is 3 and x2 is 2. All right. Now the fact is that if we're going to modify this code, okay, modify this code so that program ask for A, B, and C to solve any quadratic equation for real values, for real solution. Okay? So if you're going to do that, you will have to make certain changes in this program, not much. Okay? So that is something you are going to practice now. Okay? So I'm going to put it on the text window so that it will work out quickly. There it is. Okay. And this time, let's break out into 3 groups. And you have 10 to 15 minutes time. Yes, go ahead.
Professor?
Uh-huh.
So if we were to get an answer that was like a rational number, and you wanted to float it to the nearest 10th or 100th, how would you be able to do that? Like what kind of command would you input?
Okay, let's make, yeah, so right. So in this chapter, we are limiting for real solution. So let's try that only for 1, -5, and 6. But it's going to take those numbers from the keyboard input. Basically, you do not use, you change number line 1, 1H. So it's going to take ABC, the same numbers from the keyboard.
Okay.
Solve same quadratic equation. We're not going to emphasize too much maths, okay, but we're going to see whether you are capable to modify the codes. Okay, yeah. So ABC is going to be keyboard input. Okay, let's do that. And putting those instructions back again. And setting up group.